Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our GTA 6 Locations Deep Dive series, where we're going to be going over every single location that Rockstar has given us so far in detail and showcasing things that you may have missed, and myself included, because we're going to be looking deep. So if you're new to this series, make sure you check out the playlist in the description down below. There'll also be links to every single one of these videos we've done so far. So in episode 1, we went to Mount Calega, which I do think is my favorite so far. It's an absolutely beautiful place. Next up, we went to Ambrosia, then Port Gellhorn, Grass Rivers, and the last video we did was Leonida Keys. If you want to check out all these videos, the links will be in the description to the separate videos or to the playlist. But today, ladies and gentlemen, is all about Vice City. Our final one. Actually, this isn't our final one. We have another one coming up, probably next week, maybe the week after, depending on the new summer DLC. So as always, the first picture we're going to be diving into today is going to be this one, the Visit Leonida postcard. So as always, before we deep dive into this though, where is Vice City? So we've referenced this on every video we've done so far when we're digging deep into this. This is the GTA 6 mapping project. There's a group of people that have been putting all the information from all the trailers, screenshots, leaks, all of it into this to create the GTA 6 map for us. Now, this isn't going to be 100% accurate, but as you can see, this is a picture that they did for the GTA 5 map, and it was pretty accurate, so we can get a good sense of where everything is. So obviously, so far, we've done Mount Calega, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, we've done Grass Rivers, Leonida Keys. Today's video is this right here. Vice City. This is obviously based off of Miami Beach in Florida, and this is probably, well, it is going to be the biggest city in GTA 6. So what is this based off of in real life? So as you can see right here, this is Google Earth and this is Florida. Now we've gone over like the Grass Rivers and Leonida Keys down here, but this Vice City is based off of Miami. So obviously our opening trailer we get comes in from this direction right here. So if you remember the first trailer we had, this beautiful view we had, this is where it's coming in right here into Vice City, aka Miami. Now a lot of the places we're going to be looking at today is going to be more like in the cities, but obviously we're going to have, I can't wait, by the way, can't wait to have Star Island with all of these mansions on it. It's going to be absolutely insane. Hopefully we'll be able to purchase these in game. But anyway, back to our postcard. Okay, so here we are with our Vice City postcard. Now, there is a lot in this image. It's not the most high definition image, unfortunately, but there is a lot for us to unpack. So first of all, as we'll see later on, you can see the Ferris wheel in the background over here. We're going to be looking at that from an angle up over here later on in the video, but let's unpack some more things here. Obviously, we've got a helicopter up in the sky, some birds flying around, but as always, what gets me excited, I'm not sure why, but it's just these little islands. There's going to be so many of them scattered around the Vice City map. And you know that they're just going to be absolutely filled with treasures and Easter eggs and just unlockables. You know there's going to be like buried bodies here, or like weapon stashes and things like that. I know we have some islands in GTA 5, but there's really not much there. I'm hoping that we're going to have so much things to explore in all of these little islands. So first of all, right down here, we have a speedboat. It would look from this angle, like I say, it's not the most detailed picture, but it definitely looks to be more like one of those cigarette speedboats. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section down below for those of you who are more experienced with boats. We've got another island right up over here. We've seen there's another boat. It'd be cool if we just get people standing around on these, you know what I mean? They just kind of pull up and start fishing. Moving across, this would seem to be like a jet ski. Again, it's hard to tell. It's not the most detailed image, but this definitely looks like a jet ski to me. We have another boat right over here, and look at this. Look at this. So if you guys didn't see the Leonida Keys video I did, we looked at that. There's a lot of images in there, and there's a lot of boats, a lot of yachts. This one right here, though, is so much bigger than all of the yachts we've seen so far in all of these breakdown videos I've done so far. If I can say so far a couple more times, that'll be fantastic. But no, honestly, look at this thing. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, that's what a Vice City, Miami Beach yacht looks like to me. Now, obviously, the costs of these and things like that, we have no idea yet, but I'm sure these things, if they're gonna make their economy a little bit better in GTA 6, I would assume yachts like this are gonna be in the like 20 million range, which is good. I feel like you should have to work really hard and save up a lot of money to be able to buy these, other than like right now in GTA 5, we have a Mini Cooper that's like 2 million, but then you have a yacht that's like 7 million. Just doesn't make sense. But either way, a beautiful yacht. Moving on down to the left over here. We do have another boat. This one, to me, it looks more like it could be a fishing boat. And then just up here a little bit, again, it could be a jet ski, but I feel like that's too big to be a jet ski. It could be a dinghy, though. It could literally just be like a dinghy. It does look like more the shape of a dinghy to me. Now, keep in mind, these mega yachts are going to have like smaller boats. Well, they do in real life. They have like dinghies to get people back and forth to them. I'm sure if you own one of these yachts, you're going to be able to go to your interaction menu and request one of these. But anyway, let's move on over. This is another yacht right here. This one, it could just be the image, but it looks black to me. Right, this looks like a black. I can't wait to be able to purchase these things. I do think the upgrades and modifications for these are going to be insane. Unlike right now, when we get a super yacht, you can change the colors and little things here or there, but I think the customization is going to be great. But anyway, this looks to be like a black yacht right here, much smaller than the one that we see here in the center of the image. And then right up here, I think we did see this in trailer 1, but also if we go back to Google Earth right here, our handy dandy Google Earth, it looks to be this building right here. You can see like the tiered staircase of this building. And when we go back to the image right here, you can see this tiered staircase. So that is definitely what this building is. So with that, we kind of know the location. So that yacht we're looking at is right here in the waters. There was the smaller yacht. We had this little bridge that we can see we'll look at here a little bit more. But this is the location of the image facing in this direction over here. And just to the side, you can see the Pace Picnic Island right here, just like the ones we see in that image. And then we can assume, since this is the location, just to the left on the other side of the bridge is where we're going to have more multi-million-dollar homes on these smaller islands. Now, if we do go back to this image, though, like I say, right here we have the tiered staircase building, and then there's a Ferris wheel right there in the background. We also see this bridge in the foreground here, and then this is that smaller bridge I was mentioning earlier that's going to go to where the mansions are. But this little or big Ferris wheel, if we go back to the real life view of this, you can see we don't see any Ferris wheels there. So that obviously shows me that this new GTA 6 is definitely modern day, because if we head on over here to where it should be, you can see Skyview's Miami observation wheel, and this is actually where it is. It's not currently on Google Earth, but you can see in real life in that location, it is actually here. It has been built and it is in game as well. And here's another angle of it from the other direction. So that's just a cool little detail. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Now, obviously, looking at our skyline right here, unfortunately, just like in GTA 5, there's a lot of scaffolding. It looks like we got some cranes. There's going to be buildings under construction again. But I would assume with this new GTA 6 that we are going to get buildings that are under construction, and I do think they're going to be finished and completed just as part of like DLCs and things, and just as the game progresses. We'll probably have buildings that get demolished and then new ones that come. I do think that this game is going to be a lot more interactive. So now in Rockstar fashion, if we're looking at the skyline right here, we kind of know where we are because of this building, the placement of this building right here. So let's see if we can see what this looks like in real life as far as the skyline is concerned. So coming back to this view right here, which is the screenshot that we have that we've been going over. If we look at these two buildings right here, see these beautiful new buildings that look a lot more modern. They would seem to be these two buildings right here. Or it's one building, but with two towers. And funnily enough, you can see this skyscraper and this one where you can see a crane. Like, how detailed are these guys, man? Like, literally in real life, just to the right of these two buildings right here, we have two buildings that look like they are under construction. And in our screenshot, we also have those exact same buildings and these two buildings that are under construction. Like, Rockstar, this game is going to be so incredibly detailed. It is just going to blow our minds. I cannot wait. But anyway, to the left, we see these two buildings that we've just looked at. And then we see a couple more here, which again, if you're looking at accuracy, it is the same in real life. Like, this is the location and this is the bridge right here that is going to go on over to where our screenshot is. So they have been incredibly accurate. Now, it does seem like there's a little marina right here in real life, whereas in this picture right here, you can see there's no marina. We can see again this staired or tiered staircase building. We have another building at the end of it, and then our bridge that comes over to this big fat building. And then once again, in real life, we have this tiered staircase building. And like in the game, there is this building right here at the end of it. And then we have the bridge that goes over, but then there's the marina. And obviously right here, there was no marina, but it could be just to the left of it. Obviously, this isn't going to be perfectly accurate, but just from these screenshots alone, we can see how detailed and accurate it is. These buildings are all here in real life. This building we see here is in real life, and this building right here. And then we have the bridge over here, which is going to go to more homes. So let's look a little bit further in the distance. We have this bridge right here. And obviously, it is exactly the same in real life. Like the details, man, like that, the screenshot that they've given us, which is essentially from right this angle. It is so detailed and so realistic, I should say. It just gets me so excited. I'm sure if you live in Florida or Miami, this has got to be exciting for you guys. But anyway, here is the bridge that we see in the image. This bridge is coming over to, once again, there is another marina with some yachts parked here. We have a museum. We have a jungle island, tropical attraction with exotic animals. Do we think this is going to be in game? This would actually, I never knew this was here, but this is actually something fun. If it's going to be accurate, do we think we're going to have some sort of little exotic animal zoo here? But other than that, there's not too much going on. And this is obviously going to take you over. We have Palm Island right here. And then the most expensive area for you to buy, for the most part, in this Miami city is going to be Star Island, which I'm sure we're going to get in GTA 6. This is where there's going to be homes that are worth hundreds of millions in real life. I'm not sure what the pricing is going to be in GTA 6. But I mean, look at the size of this one here on the corner. It is literally this entire corner lot is one house. Like, madness. So another thing I thought I'd showcase for you guys, since we are looking at where these bridges are going, just on the other side of this bridge, right over here, this is where we have the 11 nightclub. Now, we saw this in trailer 1. We saw the plane flying over. So in real life, you can see this image right here that they do fly the banners on the airplanes. And it says 11 life. It says when 919 equals 11. They did this in parody of the GTA 6 trailer. And obviously in the GTA 6 trailer, it's not 11, it's 919. And in the trailer, it says, when 69, when you can 919. But this is the location in real life, so we can get an idea of where it's going to be in the game. But once again, this 11 nightclub is going to be just back in the distance right over here. So we've unpacked quite a lot in this image. The only other point of interest I would say is going to be this big. The biggest skyscraper we can see in the distance right over here. And from Google Earth, I would assume, I mean, it could be either like this building right here, or it could be the actual tall one right here. Now, there's a lot of buildings in Miami that have these pools on the roof, so we'll be seeing a lot of that in some of these pictures coming up. Hopefully, we can see if we can find the real-life counterparts as well. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this first image. Let's move on to our next one. So this episode probably is going to be a little longer than some of the others just because there's so many images, but that last image took us a while to dissect. This one shouldn't be as long because it's just the Vice City sign for the airport. So the first thing I'm going to notice is just how detailed it is. You'll hear me talking about it in all of these videos, but just the incredible attention to detail. You can see like the rust right up here that's dripping down from the signs. Just the look of the wear of these signs. Like, you honestly, you could show me this picture and you'd think it was real life. The lighting looks incredible. Right over here, it looks like we've got some sort of... you know, honestly, I think this is the control tower. Like, it looks small here, but I think this is in the distance, maybe. I think this is like the Miami Airport control tower. It does seem to be, because as you can see in this image right here, this is what the control tower actually looks like at Miami International Airport, which is very similar to what we can see here in the background. But anyway, we know this is the airport. We can see a private jet up here, which again, look at the details, man, of these. Everything is so incredibly detailed. But this thing, absolutely beautiful, coming in for landing right here. The weather, a little gloomy, but again, the lighting looks great. And then in the distance over here, you can't really see too much. I'm going to just assume that these are part of the airport hangars. But once again, beautiful image, very detailed, but let's move on to the next one. So next up, we have an image of a couple right here. Let's see, we have a cougar on our hands, sitting up on their balcony, drinking what seems to be some tea, overlooking the beautiful coastline. Now, this image has been found, the location of it, but we're not going to get into that into this video. I don't think the location of this particular hotel is important. But what is important? So we don't know who these two characters are, but look at the attention to detail on this tattoo, man. Like, again, the attention to details, it is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this woman has skin, the lighting on her skin. She has a beautiful watch on, some jewelry, some diamond-studded earrings. Again, the tea with the reflection of the sky on the spoon. This guy's sunglasses with his diamond earring. And look at the hair. The hair is... A lot of people complain that GTA 5 has awful female, like, hair. So I'm hoping for this game. I'm glad from what we've seen so far, there's a lot of better hairstyles. But again, the makeup, her eyebrows, it's just very detailed. Now, we don't know who these people are yet. It may just be for this picture, showcasing the beauty of the area. Or these could be some characters in the game. We don't know that. But over here in the background, weirdly enough, we do have a car. It seems to be like a little beach parking lot over here. But then it looks like there's someone on a bicycle beneath it. Like, it is blurry. It's hard to tell. But when we zoom out, definitely looks like it's somebody on a bicycle over here. And then some trash cans over in the distance. But then down here, look at this, man. Look how beautiful. I want to go to this hotel. You got a big rubber duck, a big golden rubber duck here in the middle. You got people just hanging out, like sitting on the edge of the pool, talking to somebody in the pool. People chilling on the cabanas. Look at the lighting in the pool as well. You've got the poolside cabanas. Then you've got like the bed style cabanas up in the distance here too. You can see these little lines that are on them. These are most likely towels. I mean, it's just again, oh, there's a little beach ball here too, a little volleyball in the water. It's just again, this entire, from the trailers to the screenshots, everything, it just seems so lived in. Everything seems so full of life. We've got the palm trees here. You got a broken down palm tree that's fell off one of the trees on the roof here. I mean, it just looks incredible. And then obviously you got the path here, which is going to lead to the beach, and the beach itself looks beautiful. Just golden beaches, beautiful like turquoise oceans. You got another boat off here in the distance. Seems like you can barely see it, but right up here there is a yacht as well, just a shadow of a yacht in the distance. And then this right here would seem to be like some sort of lifeguard tower. And then even more to the right, again, just a lot of action going on. You can see the blue like canopies and like umbrellas. It's just, again, the attention to detail is mind-blowing. I cannot wait to jump into this game just to explore. Don't get me wrong, can't wait to do the missions, but I think just doing free roam, knocking about this place is going to be incredible. All right, let's move on to our next image. All right, so next up, we have another image of the Miami City. And as we mentioned earlier, there is going to be pools and things like that up on the decks here. Now, this has been found once again. This is all, well, everything in Vice City is based off of real life. But I don't think going into detail of exactly where this is really matters too much in this. But just look at how full of life this image looks, man. I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start right over here. We have some people playing basketball, and now that we've zoomed in, you may notice this is actually Jason, and then this is going to be, not Brian, what's his name? Cal Hampton. That's his name, Cal Hampton. So we've got Brian and Cal Hampton right here up on the basketball rooftop. And then just to the left, we've got another gentleman right here. You can see another basketball and two people that are stretching out right here. This could be Lucia, we don't know. But these two, this is definitely Cal Hampton, and this is definitely Jason, for sure. But anyway, again, the detail, just if this was an image by itself, what you can see here, there's a lot going on. Up to the north here a little bit, we obviously have a Vista looking beautiful. Right behind it, honestly, can't really make out what that is. Let us know in the comment section down below if you know what that is, but it honestly looks like a newer car. Like, it's hard to tell from this image, but this definitely looks like a newer sports car. And then we've got a Galavanta Baller up here, and then right over here looks like it's probably an Obey. So many cars to unpack all the time, man. We've got a Banshee over here as well. We've got a Grotti. There's so much, again, just in this small section that we're looking at right here. This could be a picture. Look at the details with the leaves on the ground, the palm trees with the dying palm trees. Oh, man, there's so much to unpack. So much to unpack. Again, these buildings have been found in real life as well. In the distance, we got some more cars. And then we have the hotel. This hotel right here, Hotel Valletta. You can see there's a little right on the bottom over here. There's a jacuzzi and a girl sitting there or standing there in a bikini. A little private area right here. And then we have the main pool over here. Once again, pink flamingo. And then we have the little crocodile as well. The pool toys. You got some people sitting over here. And it's funny because they're actually in the sun, right? And there's nobody in the shade. Again, a little attentions to detail. We've got a guy up here on his balcony. Somebody else up on the balcony over onto this side. It's just so detailed. We've got another guy on his balcony here. Anyone else up here? It's just insane. It's another guy over here. Looks like there's a couple. And there's another seating area right up here as well. Probably like another jacuzzi. Now, obviously, these pictures, it looks like you can't really see in here. So obviously, Rockstar is, well, we've speculated that they're going to be enterable enterable buildings, it's not going to be every single one. This city is just so big. Like, I'm sure we're going to be able to enter this. I'm sure we're going to be able to own a property in here. But obviously going into every single individual apartment, it's not going to be feasible. It's just not going to make sense. And I don't think anyone really expects that. But anyway, moving on, let's see what we've got down here. So we've looked over here. This actually, I don't know, that could be Lucia too. I'm just going to say anyone's Lucia at this point. But anyway, down here, we've got another Galavanta here. We've got one of the Coquettes over here, little public transport. And look at all the people, man. It's full of life on this bus. There's so many people just hanging out on this bus. We've got the electric bikes. Do we think we're going to be able to pick up these electric bikes and just go around the city? That's a cool thing as well. Maybe we steal these electric bikes and then they run out of juice on us. I don't know. That could be kind of cool. And then down here to the right, again, look at the size of this image. We've only dissected such a small part, but there's so much going on. But down here to the right, we've obviously the end of a car chase right here. We've got like a police truck right here. We've got another police SUV. You got this guy pointing his gun at this guy who's surrendering on the floor with another police officer coming around with a shotgun. Again, seeing the two different styles of police uniforms. Maybe this one is more like the Vice City or Miami Beach. And one of them's more like the city state cops. And then there's another guy running away right down here. And look at the customization on the cars as well. This is going to be cool to see. Obviously, this is probably going to be like a chance encounter. I would assume this isn't a mission, especially since we have Jason up here with Kyle playing some basketball. I'm sure this is just things that happen, like chance encounters around the city, just like we saw in the trailer of people being arrested up against the wall. And then right here, we have some sort of Vice City, probably just sort of like touristy, either like taxi or touristy tours. And then just above, we have a bus station right here. I mean, maybe we're looking a bit too into the details here. Ooh, a bus station. But anyway, we've got a little marina right here. Some people sitting out up here on the marina, probably just on a laptop or something. Again, the attention to detail is just breathtaking. So then as we go up here, look, see like a little bench over here. Again, it just seems so full of life. We got some more buildings. We got the Firefly Plaza right here. You got some like boogie boards or something, maybe some towels drying. We got some more. Well, I thought that was people. I don't think that's people. Probably just some like outdoor furniture on their balcony. And then just look at the roofs as well. I do think this city, like GTA 5, we don't have a lot going on the roofs. But since Vice City is such a beach city and the skyscrapers and things have such a huge part in it, I think almost every building like we go to, I think on the roofs of these buildings, just like this, they're going to have some sort of like sitting area, some pools and things like that. And then we have this other building right up here. So let's move more to the middle of this map. So obviously, look, I mean, the detail, I'm glad they gave us 4K images too, because we can actually zoom in on all these things. But obviously, we've just gone over all this. Let's move up to this area right here. Once again, the streets looking full of life, busy, tons of cars. Obviously, in real life, when we are playing this game, maybe from this distance, we won't be able to see cars. They won't spawn in until we get there. But hey, in the screenshot, I'll take it. We see some of our islands right here. So these, I would assume, are going to be homes. These are going to be houses, multi-million-dollar houses like we talked about earlier, where I showcased you the islands with all the homes on them. This one looks to have some like water toys outside. We have another yacht here. This is more of like a mid to small range. In the Leonida Keys video, there was a lot of smaller yachts. This one seems like more of the medium range. The one we saw earlier today is on a higher range. And then there is even ones that are bigger than that, like we saw in trailer 1. And then once again, these islands with homes on them. So these are most likely going to be homes worth absolutely bloody millions. And then another yacht here in the distance. Again, looks like a more of a medium-sized yacht compared to some of the ones we've looked at. But look at the difference between these two. Two totally different yachts. And then we have the city once again here in the background with some construction going on. I hope the distance, I hope we're going to be able to see all of this just like in this image, man. I really do. Again, we got some wildlife, some birds in the sky. These are the two buildings that we looked at earlier in real life. So this, obviously, we're looking at this from the opposite. So the club we were talking about, you can see the bridge right here. This is the bridge going over to like the island where the houses are. That tiered staircase building we talked about is most likely behind this one that we just can't see. The screenshot, the first screenshot, the Visit Leonida, the postcard we looked at, is most likely the picture was taken over in this area, facing this direction, because we saw these on the left, oh sorry, the right hand side. These are the buildings that we saw that were under construction. So yeah, just absolutely full of life, man. So full of life. All right, anyways, we continue on over here. And to put this into perspective as well, by the way, what we're looking at here behind us, let's say we took this image, behind us is going to be the ocean. And all of this over here, this is going to lead more to like the mainland behind this city. But anyway, as we continue on over, some more beautiful buildings, probably museums. We have a helicopter right here. Could be like a fire and rescue helicopter. Some more seagulls. Again, some more rooftop terraces. We know that's just going to be a thing. We talked about that just a second ago. Just look how dense it looks, though. More buildings. This is the building. Remember I showcased earlier? I was saying maybe this is the building, or I said maybe it could be the taller one in the background. It is this one, because if you rewind to where we looked at the Google Earth, I guess I can just showcase it for you. So these two buildings we just looked at, but this building right here, you see how it's kind of like zigzagged? Like the zigzag pattern on it? It's this right here. This is the building. We found it. But like I say, this is off in the distance of where we're looking. So this screenshot we're looking at, to show you the scale, the screenshot we're looking at is actually going to be from right over here. So obviously these are from the trailer, but where that screenshot is actually over here, looking in this direction. So this is how big this game is, man. So when I was saying those houses are going to have mansions on them and there's yachts, these are like the houses that we're looking at right here. So it looks like it could be Star Island we're seeing in that picture. Because if we're here looking in this direction, this right here, this is the building we just looked at. And this right here is Star Island. So let's go back. So this obviously being that building. And as we zoom out, Star Island, it could be either behind these in the water or it could be one of these. But I think this is the business or the island that we looked at with the tiered staircase like style building. But anyway, that's a lot to unpack. Just showing you the vast size of GTA Vice City. This is just Vice City. This isn't even just the entire GTA 6 map. This is just the biggest city, Vice City. Look at the absolute size of this thing. All right, let's move on to our next screenshot. All right, for our next screenshot here, not too much to unpack because we can't see too much in the distance here. But we got these two gentlemen who we actually saw in the first trailer as well. They've been changed around just a little bit, but let's look at the bloody details, man. Once again, the tattoos, you can see the moles on them. They're like little imperfections in the skin. I mean, it's just, look at the quality. Look at the fabrics, man. It's insane. We got this guy who's got a scar on his face right here. He's got his grills on, his diamond grills. Look at the hair. Just the little details in the hair, like the little hair strands coming out, the eyes. I mean, look at the shadows, the lighting. We got a little fake Rolex, the Crolex. I mean, it's gonna be insane. Look at the jewelry on this guy. I mean, absolutely iced out right here. I wonder how much jewelry is gonna be in this game. Do you think they're gonna make it expensive, or do you think it's gonna be like cheap? I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna be expensive to get all of this sort of stuff. We got a diamond earring right here. We got the sunglasses. You can see the reflection in the sunglasses too. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. And you can see his eyes through the sunglasses. I mean, just the attention to detail in absolutely bloody everything. I mean, you can see the goosebumps on this guy. I mean, look at it. Once again, his skin, his tattoos. I mean, this game is just going to be absolutely groundbreaking, man. We've got some artwork on the walls behind us. We're not sure exactly where this is located. But yeah, I mean, thank you again, Rockstar, for the 4K images. Because these details, you can literally see the pores on this guy's skin. I mean, come on. All right, let's move on to the next image. All right, next up, a fan favorite. I wonder why. We've got this image right here. Obviously, a Vice City beach once more. Again, can't see too much in this one as far as things in the distance. Obviously, we've got like a hotel or a condominium here in the distance. But we got two guys right here playing with a football. Someone just chilling. Just hanging out, chilling. Again, the details. Everyone's wearing sunglasses in this game, man. Don't blame them. We're in Florida. But you can see the sweat on this guy's back. You can see the suntan on him. Again, attention to detail is absolutely bloody everywhere. But I think this showcases just some good, like the different body styles, man. I mean, you got this woman right here with her bikini. You can see the sand flicking up from where they're walking. You can see this guy in his flip-flops, the sand all over his feet. She's got some weird a weird suntan there, or should I say sunburn. And then once again, you got this guy with his little shorts on. You can see his white under here. That's exactly what my legs look like. Like all tan all over and then just white underneath my shorts, man. But again, sunburn. The hair looks great. And what's this guy looking at? Let's go over here. We have someone just laying down, getting a nice suntan. Now, funnily enough, if you saw my video recently talking about the GTA 6 leaks, they were saying how there's no sex scenes, no nudity, things like that. But this woman clearly doesn't have her top on. You would see like her bikini strap over here. Like, she definitely does not have a top on. So I'm assuming if this image is correct, if people are causing a ruckus around here, she's going to get up and run. Is her bikini just going to come on, or is it going to stay off? Who the bloody hell knows, man? Are we going to have nudity in GTA 6? But anyway, other than her and this gentleman staring at her buttocks, we have this guy right here in the background looking cool as hell with his little metal detector. Again, you got to love the different body styles. We got this girl right here doing a run. We've got the lifeguard like quad bike here. And then we've got this person up here, a lifeguard looking through the binoculars. Are they looking out to sea, do we think? Or do we think they're looking down here? Probably out to sea. Some seagulls up here, then a couple walking on the beach right here as well. And then we can also see some bicycles here in the background. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of like bike path over here and they're not riding the bikes on the sand. But yeah, what a cool image, man. What a cool image. Again, everything just seems so full of life. All right, let's move on to our next image. All right, next up, we got some women here causing some trouble in Vice Beach, as we can see by the police vehicle here, the Vice Beach Police. And you can actually see these two images right here. Do we think this has something to do with social media? I think it is. But anyway, we got the Bravado Buffalo right here. This guy, tell me he doesn't look like Michael DeSanta. Is he returning in GTA 6? Confirmed as a police officer? I'm just kidding. I doubt that is. But again, with the difference in police uniforms, earlier today we saw some videos, or some pictures I should say, where they had like the black uniform. We had one in a lighter uniform. Now we got the beach police right here with their t-shirts on. We have a girl here that is taking some selfies, probably some recordings for TikTok. Social media is going to be a big part of this game. Don't forget. Again, look at the outfits, man. The outfits are pretty cool. And then the tattoos. We've talked about the tattoos a lot. This girl giving this gentleman a show. And then these two in handcuffs being arrested. And look at the detail once again. Look at the tan line, man. You see the tan line right here? Again, just the attention to details is ridiculous. You got a guy here. No Rolex, or fake Rolex this time. He seems to have an Apple Watch. I think that's the first time I've seen that in these pictures so far. And then in the background, this is the first time I think, I could be wrong, but you can see the water. The floor is wet. So this has definitely been after some sort of rainstorm or something. See the reflections of the lights. Well, actually, no. Over in Port Gellhorn at the strip club there. In that video, there was a lot of water as well. But anyway, a taxi ride here. We have the Ocean View Hotel returning from the original Vice City. And then the car in the background. Can't really make out what these are. Looks like there's one car here and then the red one in the background. But you can see just behind him, you can see people coming out of the hotel. There's somebody here. There's a couple people here. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of nightlife and bars here. I can't wait to see it. Like, jumping into this game is going to be sick. And then something you may have noticed is upstairs here, you can see actually into these windows. You can see a TV on the wall there. I'm assuming this is going to be a place that we're going to be able to purchase or live. But it is a hotel, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a place we can sleep. I'm not sure. But the fact that we can see straight into these windows makes me think that at least here, we're going to be able to go into these buildings. Same with the one upstairs, and actually same with the one across the street as well. And then we have the Dixon in the background. But all in all, absolutely incredible picture. Look at the details of the police car. You see the water, the condensation dripping down from it. This government vehicle. Yeah, it's cool, man. This is sick. Flip-flops, no heels. But these don't look like they've been clubbing, right? These are all wearing bikinis. These two don't even have any shoes on. I'm assuming they've just been at the beach all day. Maybe they've been drinking. Because even though it's nighttime, they're definitely not in their going out clothes. But anyway, let's move on to our next image. All right, next up, we got a picture from inside of a club. Could this be Club 11? We're not sure here at this point. But again, the first thing we notice is going to be the hair. The hairstyles on these women, man. Again, just look at the details on it. Look, you can see like through it. You got this woman sticking her tongue out, the big hoop earrings. Look at the money. And then funnily enough, the presidents that we see on the currency are from Red Dead Redemption 2. We see those in Red Dead Redemption 2. But look at the sweat. You see the sweat right here? And the fingerprints. Look at this strip pole, right? You see all these like fingerprints on it, like from condensation of the pole probably being cool and them grabbing it and being hot. Again, the attention to detail. They didn't need to do that. But we love you, Rockstar, for doing it. Again, we got some tattoos right here. We got a little paw print. Again, with the jewelry, the nails. Do we think customization? Because obviously the different nails. If you choose a female character, or even a male character, I guess, do you think you're going to be able to, as well as go in and get in like your haircut and things like that, are you going to be able to choose your makeup, choose your nails? Again, just the little attentions to detail. And then we got another woman over here, or her behind anyway, and you can see the sweat literally dripping down right here. Yeah, very detailed. The stacks of cash look very detailed. And now I don't know. Yeah, I can't really see what that one is. But yeah, man, these nightclubs. I mean, the dancing, I never thought about it in GTA 5, but but if you go into your own nightclub and look at the dancing, it's kind of, I don't know, it's not that great. It's fun, it does its job, but this just looks so alive, man. I feel like the nightclubs in this game are going to be just insanity. All right, let's move on to our next image. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with our penultimate image we're going to be dissecting here today. And again, just beautiful as far as details in this image. It could be a real life picture. We'll start off down here. We can see this beautiful dog, and again, the hairstyles just looking really good and detailed. We also have, again, just a little attention to details. You can see there's water here from rain that's been here. You can see all the reflections in it. Again, nothing insane, but it is still, the attention to detail is just incredible. Next up, we have a vehicle right here. Obviously, we can see the customization. We got the big wheels, and then something that confused a lot of people or what created speculation is the Gloriania? The license plate. Anyway, it's from a different state. Obviously, this isn't Leonida. This is probably based off of Georgia, making people speculate that we're going to have other states in this game. Now, I personally don't think we're going to have other states. I think this is just a way of making it realistic. Obviously, if you live in the United States, you know that if you're driving around, you see different license plates from different states all the time. I think it's just their way of doing a little level of realism. It's the same with the Liberty City license plates. I don't think we're going to be able to go to Liberty City, but I do think there's going to be Liberty City plates here. We may even see some Los Santos ones. Who knows? But anyway, the car looking great. The reflections on it looking incredible as always. And there's something I mentioned when I dissected this video or this picture back when they first released. Is this guy right here. He looks like he's doing some lane splitting. You know what I mean? If you know motorcycles, you know that people will split lanes. They'll drive in between traffic and things like that. Obviously, right now in GTA 5, that doesn't happen, but maybe we'll have NPCs doing it in GTA 6. Who knows? And then the artwork in this area is just beautiful. On all of these columns, on the walls. We've actually seen this earlier today when we were talking about those two guys with all the like bling. You could see this similar artwork in the background. Obviously, we're underneath some sort of overpass right here, but look at it. Look how sick this artwork is, man. Same on this pillar here too. I just can't wait. I can't wait to come to this area. Is it Lil Cuba, I think is what they said? But either way, it looks like a beautiful area. And right up here was that Manam. I don't know, some sort of like seltzer water or something like that. We have like Simon's car shop. You can see tires right here. You have a Zagero. Look at him just driving with his arm sticking out of the window. Again, just the details with the women here with their hair. And then this is what I can't wait to see, man. We've seen it in the trailers, like the street takeovers and things. But I hope this is like some chance events that we get to see, just these people just driving around all over the streets. I'm assuming if you try and steal one of these motorcycles, all of these guys are going to chase you down as well. But I just think it's going to be really cool scenes. And then the artwork once again on this wall. And then we have this vehicle. Look at the customization on this thing. Look at those wheels all covering their face. This is going to be sick. This is literally going to be sick. This picture, there's so much going on. I just love it though because it's so colorful. But every image we've looked at, to be completely honest with you, is just full of life. And this image, again, no different. All right, let's move on. And all right, guys, our final image of our Vice City. I feel like this has been a little longer video, but there's just so much to go over, right? It is the biggest area, the biggest city in GTA 6. And here we are. We talked about this earlier. I said we were going to be looking at it from another angle. So when we were looking at this, like the Ferris wheel earlier today, it was going to be over to the left over here, like much more further over to the left. But this is where it is. We saw it on Google Earth. We saw it in game. And this bridge right here, this is where we looked at the bridge and said right over here should be the nightclub. So it's probably still going to be more to the right over here. Probably still have to go over this bridge to get to our nightclub. But this is the Vice City Art Center. So it's like a convention center right here. It's massive. You can see inside of it too. So I'm assuming we're going to have something going on in here, whether it's story missions or maybe it's just got places for us to go. Maybe it's got like basketball courts and sports things in there. Who knows? But once again, look how full of life this is, man. You can just see cars everywhere you look, but there's a lot to dissect here. So anyway, let's go down here to the bottom. So we can see some cars. That thing looks beautiful. We got a little Lamborghini down there. Beautiful color as well. Someone doing like a wheelie, it looks like, over the sidewalk here. Just lots of people all around everywhere. And then over to the left here, you can see there's some sort of like pool deck on top of this, but we've said that's going to be probably in almost all of these buildings, like on the roofs. There's a concert hall over here. Just a lot going on. Very industrial. More cars looking full. Look at all these cars on the freeway that goes all the way over to here. More cars, more cars. That looks like a Banshee or something over there in the distance. You can see someone literally down here. Looks like they're taking out trash or something. And then you can even see people down here at the entrance to this art center. It looks like that's some sort of... What do you think? Do you think this is like a train line? I know it's all the way there in the bottom right. Do we think this is going to be some sort of like train or metro station? If you're from Florida, let me know. Is there like a metro station that leads up to your civic center? And then right here, looks like we've got some sort of escalators going down. These windows look like what we've seen in GTA 6. Like, you can't really see in these. Well, not in GTA 6 and GTA 5. So obviously, you're not going to be able to go into every single building. But I would say this level, at least. You see this level of this building? It looks like you can see into every single window of this one. This doesn't look like a facade. This one looks like you can see straight through it. So this is probably going to be a building that's going to be enterable for sure. And then same thing on these. It's hard to tell if it's a facade or not, but some of these, it looks like you can go inside of them. Or looks like, at least this one looks like you can see into it more. But yeah, absolutely full of life. If we look into the water here, we have a boat. This is probably more so like fishing boats. I doubt we have yachts knocking about this time of day. But we got 1, 2, 3 right here. And then this in the distance, this is actually the port. We obviously saw this in trailer 1 when we were going on our speedboats past it. Maybe we'll get those missions again where we have to lift up the cargo. Who knows? But one thing I don't think a lot of people noticed originally from this image, because it is a little bit dark and blurry. But right here, it's actually a cruise ship. If we zoom out, you can see it a little bit better. But this is the front of the cruise ship right here. This is all the cruise ship that goes behind the Ferris wheel. So like this is the bottom, then this comes up to the top and it goes all the way down. And then the back of the cruise ship's like right here. So if we zoom in, you can see it right here. This big thing, this is a cruise ship. So it makes me wonder, do you think the cruise ships are going to be something that comes and goes? Do you think it's going to be something that we can interact with and go on board and do missions with? Or do you think it's going to be just sitting here at the dock for the entirety of the game? I'm not sure, but I would love to see this thing floating around, coming in and out. That would be pretty cool to see. I doubt we'd be able to drive it, but who knows? Imagine trying to drive this thing. I'm sure it would be absolutely bloody awful. But yeah, cruise ship. And then over here in the distance, you can see we've got another bridge right over here. Some sort of like venue. Could be a nightclub as well. We've got a helicopter in the sky. And then this skyscraper. I mean, you can see in some of these rooms, but like I say, I'm pretty sure these are all just going to be facades. Maybe we'll be able to own like a penthouse suite on these things, but we're not going to be able to enter every single building. It's just unrealistic. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to check. I mean, who's not excited? I mean, I'm saying this like it's something like I've got this special like viewpoint on this. No, we're all super excited for this game, man. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our deep dive into Vice City. Now, I do think I'm going to have one more video left as far as locations are concerned, but I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. If you've stuck around this long in the video, I assume you've watched all of the other ones as well. I'm thinking about doing deep dives on every single character. So I'll do a video like we've done here, a video for each location. I was thinking about doing a video on each character, talking about their character, their background, what they do, showing you like where they live and all of that stuff, like on each individual character. So let me know in the comment section down below if that's something you're interested in. Make sure you check out in the description down below the playlist. It'll have all of the videos we've done so far on all of the different locations, or you can just click on the playlist. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like this, and I will see you soon with a brand new video. Goodbye.